Hello everybody, and welcome back. Before we start tonight, I will just shortly like to dedicate tonight's session to my dear sister, who started my imagination and showed me a lot of movies. You will see why that's important later. Anyway, in Syracuse, our dear adventurers have been venturing into a magical forest and have been scrambling a bit after they learned that some magical zombies were around. They also fought the source of these magical zombies, apparently Death Leapers, who, very strangely for these creatures, were actually more than one Death Leaper at the time, which, much to the surprise of the team. A great battle ensued, a battle that almost took the life of Felix, but with the great healing help of Sophia, he actually pulled through and is now more or less fine. He seems to hurt rather a lot, probably. After they killed these Death Springers, they found a small fairy called Nyx, who, a bit scared at first, but still curious enough to go into some sort of conversation with these, especially because Rembrandt apparently had a chocolate bar, which he devoured thoroughly, and was very happy afterwards, saying something about that you had to meet the queen, whoever that is. Meanwhile, the forest began to sing some sort of song about forever and underground, and you were led deeper into the forest. Also of note is that you found out that this forest is not really a lot of trees, but one tree, a very, very big tree, who apparently has a lot of roots and is thoroughly magical. Anyway, we find our adventurers approaching what seems like a castle gate inside of this forest. As you step forward, you notice that you're stepping on pavement. And you notice an ogre, a rather overweight ogre, with a fly sprayer, going around spraying into the air and counting. 37, 38, and so forth.
Well,
as you look around, you hear a voice going, "Ugh, Atlanteans, how boring." And you notice Demetrius and Sophia vanishing in shoots that close quickly behind them.
Nix, do you know what just happened?
Happens all time in this place.
Are they
People
okay?
Probably. They have small brothers.
They have what?
Small brothers.
No, I don't think so.
Then should be fine.
Okay. Do you know where they went?
Probably oubliette.
That sounds like a prison.
Kinda. Queen no like.
But you're taking us to the queen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
See queen.
Well, lead the way, my friend.
Okay. First we pass big man. Not good man. Him have dangerous weapon.
Should I keep a wide berth around him?
Need to pass. Gonna be hard. You big.
All right. Well, I guess we'll walk on past him.
Apparently spraying the air with this can of... Well, it looks like one of those cans you use in a garden to spray for insects.
If he doesn't accost us, then we'll not accost him.
You all move towards him? Oh, well, I gather. He turns around, looks at you in a bored sort of way until he spots Nyx and prepares his sprayer.
Whoa! Hey! Hey! Hold! Hi! How?
What you doing here?
We're coming to see the queen.
You have brother?
No, I mean, I have my spirit brothers that are my guardians.
Don't know weird words.
No, I don't have any brothers with me, just my party mates, my companions.
He points at Rembrandt. You have brother?
No, only child.
You look like princess with brother. He points at you at Lustra. You have brother? Okay. What you want?
We're gonna go talk to the queen. Say hello.
Don't think you allow.
It's cool. No, we helped out, and our friend Nix here says that we're supposed to go and meet her.
She is hiding behind your neck and popping out her head and doing a raspberry at him.
Yeah, that one.
Mm.
No, it's okay.
Little pest, no like.
Well, I'll hold on to her. I'll take care of her for a while.
Okay.
All right. Hey, what's your name, big guy?
Me, Hoggle.
Hoggle. Well, it was good to meet you. I'm Felix.
Hello.
So, you keep looking out for brothers, and we're gonna mosey on in.
Oh, you go in? Then open door.
Okay, that
Open now.
would be great.
See the door begin to open up into this, well, a wall, really. Stretching both ways equally.
Thanks, Hoggle, and go on in.
Bye now.
Bye.
Watch out for little thing dangerous.
Will do. I appreciate the warning.
I start scanning the area with my X-ray.
You get weird sensations. Kinda like watching mirrors in positioned right next to each other, giving this dimension of infinity. Stretching outwards, just row upon row upon row upon row of long, narrow, well, hallways, really.
Yeah. Take it's not a good place to get lost.
Just take the second star to the left.
You take the left and just walk on.
I mean, if wherever Nix points.
Me no.
Oh,
Well, where's the queen?
She points towards the wall.
then we'll just kind of head in, and if there's somebody that we can see and we can ask where we are, that'd be great. Otherwise, that way.
We in Labyrinth. Do you knock on the wall? You go towards the place where Nix pointed out and knock on the wall, and to your great surprise, your hand it doesn't go through, but you notice that there is a gap where she points that is almost hidden by this optical illusion.
Wow. 2 points to Gryffindor. Let's go through that. I'll go first with Nix here.
I'll slither in.
You go. Ba-dum-tsh. You go further in. A lot of strange twists and turns in this place. You go for quite a while where you take the left, take the right, wherever you can try to get further into the center. You're not quite sure how to navigate it. Every now and then you hear the cry, in the distance of Toby, Toby, for some reason.
When given the option, go towards that sound.
Give me perception checks if you want to try to approach the sound.
6. Roll 1d20 plus 6. 18.
Good roll so far. Well, Illustra is fascinated by this weird labyrinth of walls with glistening stuff on them. Every now and then you think that the vines on the walls are saying hello to you. So you don't really notice where you're going, but your friends do seem to know where they're going, and to be honest, Felix always kind of knows where he's going, so not a bad man to follow, really.
Or at least he seems like it.
Yeah, exactly. And after a while, it doesn't really lead you towards the center, but it leads you closer to the voice, where you almost run in to this young girl in a white, seems kind of like a wedding dress, really. Looking very surprised.
Oh, hi. Hello. I'm Felix.
Hello.
Hello.
Have you seen my brother?
No. What's he look like?
It's very small, baby, striped clothes.
She's a human, right? Like a human, as far as we can tell.
She looks human.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, since I know your abilities are always on when it comes to that, do me one of those sense magic kind of deals.
40 plus 5 per level. Slash roll 1d100 less than 50. Let's go with that. That's a success.
Very nice. You do notice that she is quite magical. Definitely not a human. You don't even know if she's a living being.
Okay.
She might be a spirit.
Can I scan her? She's like a skeletal. She has like a skeletal frame.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. She does not have a skeleton. She seems to be made whole cloth, so to speak. Even her dress doesn't seem to be a dress, but just part of the being.
Well, I can, let's see, sense psychic and magic energy, sense supernatural being. Okay, yeah. So he looks like a tiny boy version of you?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, a boy, but otherwise, yes. But
okay.
well, either that or the way to the castle, because this place is really getting to me.
What's your name?
I don't remember.
What's your brother's name?
Toby.
Well, what if we call you Tobu?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't remember your name, then now you can have one.
Oh, okay. It doesn't seem right, though.
No, it's probably not right. But until we can find your name, it'll have to work for now. Unless you have another one that you like.
No, I don't remember.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we'll help you find your brother Toby.
Oh, you will? Great.
I would imagine he was probably taken to the castle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's where the Goblin King took him.
The Goblin King, huh?
Yes.
Well, do you know what the Goblin King? Do you know why the Goblin King would take him?
Because I asked him to.
So why are you looking for him then?
I didn't really want him to, but I was angry and I don't really. There was this owl.
Okay. Well, we'll help you find him. Do you know how to get to the castle?
No. I just know you have to get through this labyrinth somehow.
Okay. The labyrinth walls, they're viney walls or are they wally walls?
A little bit different. A lot of them have this shiny surface on them. And we seem to have guests with the Atlanteans coming on. Great. Well, what do you do?
Start pressing towards the center.
Yes.
Actually, right where she's at, I'm going to do another look around to see if there's a secret path where she's at.
Fair enough. Detect concealment.
Detect concealment. I have that too. Skill.
If you have that too, Rembrandt.
No, that is not a great roll, though.
No, I have detect ambush.
Oh,
missed it by 10.
Oh, fair enough.
It's only 36%. That is a difficult skill.
Well, you are only level 2. I mean, we'll get there.
So I'm asking Nyx, where is this queen? I thought we were headed towards the queen. Where's she at?
She in middle. In castle.
Okay, she's in the castle.
Yes.
Do you know of this goblin king?
Don't know which king. She has many kings.
The queen has many kings?
Yes. Most of them boring.
Hey, who am I to judge? So it's possible there are goblin kings inside the castle. We'll find Toby and my friends, right?
They seem to be looking for little brothers, and the Hoggle the ogre thought that that our party members might be in the oubliette in the castle. So it only makes sense that her little brother is also in the oubliette in the castle.
Yep.
Well,
So
if you think that's yes, of course I'll follow you. You seem like you know what you're doing. You are quite scary though. Why do you have all those bones?
Yeah, well, we got into a fight with something that was supposed to be dead, and then it wasn't dead, but now it's really dead. And it might have made me a little dead.
She looks terrified.
Why did you ask the goblin king to take your brother?
Well, he was crying, and I was tired, and it was just this fairy tale. I didn't think anything would happen.
5 out of 70 hit points.
Ow, ow.
Yeah, every step I'm wheezing and wincing.
Bleed. Where's the healer? Why did the oubliette take the healer?
Well, I mean, for lack of a better direction, we go that way.
You continue on. You can ponder a bit on if you want to do anything special and I'll just go random while I talk a bit with Bill. Welcome, Bill. Can you hear us? You are muted.
Bill as Demetrius, strong as he can be.
Well, at the moment, maybe not as strong as he can be, but...
So, can we see the direction that the castle is in, like off in the distance, up high above something, or maybe on a hilltop? Like, do we know it's generally that-ish way?
Nyx kind of points in the same direction every time you ask, so you think you have a bit of an idea.
And what's the walls made of again?
Stone, mainly?
Let's see how strong the stone is. I'm just going to try to break a straight line through the walls.
Give me a damage roll.
Roll 5d6. 14.
You hurt your hand quite a lot.
Okay, not going to do that anymore. It was worth a try.
You do see some of the stone chipping off. It seems possible with a long ass time. It is rather much more tough than you thought. But not invulnerable, just probably made of some magical MDC material.
Well, this Gordian knot is not getting cut, so we go that way.
Yep. Bill, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
A little low?
A little low?
You're a little low. Can you turn up your volume?
Checking. Better?
Yep.
Okay.
You and Sophia, when you walked with Nyx, you all made it to a big castle gate, and when that happened, a voice said, "Atlanteans, ugh, how boring," and you both fell down a chute. At the moment, you are in a very small room, very dusty and with a lot of cobwebs. It doesn't seem to be any openings anywhere, really. But there's a couple of blankets on the floor. And you and Sophia are looking around, trying to get your bearings.
Okay. So where are we again?
In a small room with no openings, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Sophia tries to search something, like a way in, a way out.
Detect concealment?
Yeah, there she is.
Hey, April.
But I don't have our character sheets up. I am terribly behind today. I apologize. I was working on my shed.
It's no problem. It's good you're here.
I believe that is a perfect success, I believe. Yes. Yep, she has a 41%, so it's a success.
Cool. Well, she draws your attention to, well, it seems like a door that fell off its hinges on the ground.
Ooh. Okay, I have supernatural strength. I'll try and move the door, I guess.
Oh, you can definitely lift it. It's no problem. It's a wooden door.
Okay, so I'll open the door up.
It's a wooden door lying on the floor.
Oh, it's lying on the floor.
Yes.
Okay, can I lift the door?
Yeah, sure.
You
now have a door in your hand.
Oh, okay. So, is there an opening underneath the door?
No, it seems like floor.
Just floor. Where did this door come from then?
You don't really know. It seems very weird that there should be a door in a room with no openings for a door, but nonetheless, there's a door in the room.
All right, we'll put the door back down and look. As the door is facing, I will look at the wall where the door should have fallen from.
Well, it looks like it should be opening inwards from where you are, but where it should fit, no, there's no really hinges or anything.
So she's going to try and use object read on the door to see where it should have been.
I think there is a percentile with that for impressions, as far as I remember. I have my book and I will look it up. Yeah, here we go. 56 plus 2 points per level.
So it should be a 58.
Yeah.
And I got a 5.
Oh. She sees an ogre, a very overweight ogre, with a flower sprayer in his hand, apparently, opening the door on the wall, looking around, being a bit disappointed, and closing it again. Once it closes, it falls down to the floor.
Okay. So she says, well, the door was in that wall, so she knows where it was. It was in that wall, and then it just fell. So through that wall should be an opening. So we'll try and pick up the door and put it against the wall, and then open it.
It leads to a staircase.
Awesome! Well, what do you know? Is the staircase lit or dark?
Well, it is dark at the moment. I think you both have some sort of night vision, don't you?
Yes. I'm going to activate my night vision, my night powers tattoo. The dark powers gives me night vision for 600 feet.
Cool. Then you can see it's a quite long staircase going upwards for quite a while. You don't really see the end of it yet.
Okay. And it's just me and Sophia in here?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go up the staircase then.
Cool. Well, we'll return to you shortly. As we return to the other adventurers, you have gone through a lot of zigs, a lot of sags. Some of the walls have turned into hedges. Every now and then you see these weird small, looks like dinosaurs attached to sticks walking past.
Is there any way I could scuff up the floor as we're going to leave like a trail behind us?
Oh, you could most definitely try. Give me a perception test while you do that. And while you're doing that, Felix, for some reason, you notice by your boot, well, your foot, it seems to be a wallet.
I'll pick up the wallet, see what's inside it. Maybe it's got an ID or something. Maybe there's a map in there, a picture.
You open it and look through it. You see that there's a credit card, a coalition credit card.
Interesting. Okay.
And with a picture of a clean-shaven young man.
We'll call him Carl.
Hope it's not Toby.
No, you do not have the Emperor's wallet.
All right, well.
This guy is called Louis, and apparently is a private in the Coalition Army, and has lost his wallet.
Well,
With a credit card in it.
put it in my bag. If I happen to run into Louis, I will be certain to make certain that he's no longer a member of the Coalition military forces. Hey, Tobu.
Yes.
Have you met anyone else here on your journey, I guess?
I think I meet all sorts of weird people. I think sometimes I meet this small creature riding on a dog.
A small creature, kind of like Nyx here?
No, more hairy.
Oh. A small hairy creature. I haven't seen one of those, or a dog that's big enough to be ridden upon yet.
Rembrandt, what was your perception roll? Oh, you do not notice anything strange, but you do leave your marks.
You know, I gotta say, there's something familiar about you, Tobu.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at you and I'm just seeing... Well, for lack of a better phrasing, You remind me of the babe that I once knew.
What babe?
The babe with the power.
What power?
The power of the voodoo?
Voodoo? Do what?
Remind me of the babe.
Oh.
So, do you have any ideas on how we should go forward? Because, I mean, we're just kind of making random twists and turns at this point. Maybe we should start following those dragon-headed pole things.
Oh, okay, if you think so. While you are having this conversation, you all notice the grinding of stone against stone.
Oh, what's this?
And you notice, apparently, a potted plant on a plinth shaking somewhat.
Take a look at it, look around it.
It seems to be moving. You seem to definitely hear voices below.
Like, the plant itself is moving?
Well, the plinth mostly, and therefore also the plant. But you stare into the face of Demetrius.
Hi!
Hi.
How'd you get there?
Ep9.
Well,
You were
seems
in
like
a
you
room.
found a shortcut. Let us in, let us in.
Let you in. Okay. Come on in, I guess.
Let's go that way.
I'm surprised they're just giving us like free reign just to roam around the castle like this. So, okay, sure.
You all meet up once you get Demetrius and Sophia out of the plant, which apparently leads down to a stairway.
We follow the stairways. They're just the one stairway? That's it? Just the one stairway?
Yeah.
Okay, well, follow that stairway.
We have some redemptions before we miss them.
What do we got?
Oh, we did that. Yeah, we just need that one. Cool. Well, how are you each approaching this place? Let's start with Felix. Aside from trying to go into the center, how are you navigating this place, just in short terms?
Well, up on top of the labyrinth, my latest idea was to try to go in whatever direction those sort of dragon-headed totem things were.
Fair enough. Cool. Rembrandt?
Well, whatever I'm doing, I'm definitely marking as I go along. Focus on that, not getting lost, and cautiously.
You do notice you come across some of your markings every now and then and know that you have to go in a different direction.
We've been backtracking?
Every now and then the turns and twists makes you go in the direction that leads you back, but it doesn't happen
We're
often.
we're in a labyrinth, right? Have we tried the hand to the wall technique? Have you guys...
The one illustrated?
Barbarian logic, always go left.
Well, you put your right hand against the wall and you keep walking,
right.
and you're eventually going to come into an exit.
You've run into a fair bit of dead ends that way.
You'll
But
likely run across the whole map, but you'll wind up coming to an exit.
true. Well, Illustra, how do you want to navigate this? Who in particular do you want to hit and hard and fast?
So go fast, turn left, don't hit any
So,
walls.
You just want to push right through it, through the wall.
Well, it worked in the start of the labyrinth. Unfortunately, this is very firm walls, except of course for the hedges, which are not firm at all. The hedges. Well, Demetrius, how do you want to navigate this strange place?
I have no clue at this point. I just climbed out of a potter plant, so I have no idea where I'm at.
All your senses is screaming magic, by the way, in case you were wondering. Oh yes, that seems to work very well.
We'll go with that. Or I can just be like, okay. I'll use my hands.
Yeah, well, the hedges are definitely not made of MDC material, so that's not a problem.
Great.
And Sophia, what does she want to do? Is
She
she there?
reach out with her mind and see if she can figure out where we're at. Trying to see if she's got anything worth being able to use.
Do we have anything that gives us a bird's eye view? Do we have a ceiling above us? It's
No.
all tall. These walls just.
Yeah, it's you can just see the sky, which is a bit odd, taking into consideration that the forest you were in had no real way of looking into the sky.
I have a grappling.
But you do see the sky now.
So how far up are these walls?
Oh, sorry, what did you say, Rembrandt?
Yeah, I have a grappling hook. How high is the wall? Could we?
Oh,
Could I get up there and scale
you could
it?
definitely climb them. Definitely, it wouldn't be a problem. Felix?
Sure, this climbing the wall sounds like a good idea. Since we've been going through hedges and it's not been getting us super where. Let's climb up. Let's climb up on top of the wall and then get a little foxy.
Everybody make me a perception test.
Eh, 15.
15 is good. 5 is not good. The princes have gone very less PG all of a sudden. Must be something in the air.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Was that Sophia or Demetrius?
Sophia gets the net 20.
Oh, well, then she
Why break tradition?
she looks at Tobia, or what the name you gave her was, and says, "You probably shouldn't eat that, dear." And you all notice, apparently, that Tobia is biting down on a peach.
Where'd you get that peach?
Oh, I just found it.
Oh, I didn't see any peach. Was it on one of the hedges?
And then she just kind of dizzily spins around, almost comically. And as she falls, she's surrounded by a bubble that carries her towards the sky and towards the center.
Well, fox form, going to use my incredible agility and start trotting from, like, jumping from ceiling to ceiling to ceiling on top of the walls in order to try to catch her.
Well, everybody who wants to do that can make me climb checks. People who don't have climb can get assistance from people. I would say you could just make climb checks for each other if you want to help each other. I think that would be fine. No minuses, really.
So
If you have climbing equipment like the grappling hook, you don't need to make a roll. You just do it.
Sophia could try to use her telekinesis to bring the bubble back in.
Oh, well, she does if she tries. It doesn't really grab onto it. There's nothing really to grab onto. It's kind of odd.
Oh, God.
She's a magic being. She's not real. Well, I mean, she might be real, but she's a magic being.
So we magic hand and grab it.
So we chase it.
Well,
13 out of 61 on my climb.
you have climbed the walls. Illustrator, do you have climbing or do you need assistance? Oh. Demetrius and Sophia?
Looking up for their skills.
Hanging on by a thread.
As I'm staring foxily like.
One come up, I'll help.
You return and help her out with your
Yeah, I'll
grappling
pull
hook.
her.
That's fine. No problem. You lag a bit behind if you want to be fast, but you do manage to get her over, and you can assist her with the climbing from here on out.
Alright, if Demetrius to the rope, then he can climb rope at 72%.
Do you have a grappling hook?
No, I was hoping,
The fox can just hold on to
I was
it
hoping you'd use
with its mouth.
the other guys.
Well, he's helping Illustra at this point.
The fox can hold on to the other end of the rope with its mouth.
So,
Well, that's a great climbing roll.
now let's see if Sophia can climb. Let's see. She doesn't look like she has any climbing. Oh no.
Then she needs assistance. Oh, well, I guess she can telekinetically. She just uses up a lot of ESP by doing that.
Let's do no. She does have climbing. Never mind. It's less than mine, but it's not too bad.
Cool. Oh,
Oops.
well, oh, that was a D20.
My bad.
A really good roll, however you look at it, really.
Ow, that's my
Ah,
tail!
really.
Slips.
Well, everybody give me perception rolls.
17.
Cool, cool,
12.
excellent. Well, Demetrius is the only one who doesn't notice. As you, the other members of the group, see Sophia slipping on something and falling into one of the chutes.
Ow, I guess the fox is chasing down head first.
You jump in.
Jump down.
Anyone else want to do anything about that?
I guess
Yeah, we should.
How? Ow, ow, ow.
We shouldn't split up the party. I'll jump in.
Cool.
Wait, are we gonna lose the person in the bubble though? If we jump down? Yeah.
Probably.
She was a ghost anyway. She was a ghost anyway. She wasn't a real. I scanned her. She wasn't a real person.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know what her thing was.
No.
Cool.
So we're all going down the chute.
Fair enough. You all get the slide of your life. But the fun kind of stops as you are very fastly approaching an enormously bad smell. Everybody who's not wearing environmental armor at this point, please give me a save versus toxins.
I mean, I have supernaturally heightened sense of smell, so yikes. That's a die 20, right?
Yep.
Okay, woo!
Oh,
19.
fair enough.
All right, there's Demetrius.
Good rolls. Yep. It might be a crappy environmental suit, but it is environmental.
So Sophia
Oh,
does not do well.
no.
If she feels
What about you, Rembrandt?
I have a suit on too, right?
Oh, you have
it was
environmental
the
suit? Oh, yeah.
put it on the sheet.
Cool. Then only Sophia is gagging like crazy. The rest of you are definitely hit by this smell. It is not a good smell. You would much rather not be near it. However, you can still sort of think you are a bit afraid that you will never be able to taste anything again, as you all hurl yourself out of this chute and into what appears to be some sort of swamp. Would you all please make me a dodge roll? The target number is 12.
What an incredible smell you found!
Is that on a D20?
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Plus your dodge bonus. All dodge bonus apply.
I think that's a 29.
Modified 20.
29.
Oh,
all right. So first one was
19. What am I? Sorry, 19.
Demetrius rolled 15.
still works.
Sophia rolled 7, but she has bonuses. But not that great. So 3 more. So she rolled a 10.
Okay, and
She's not having a
okay,
good
so
fall.
she's the only one who. Yeah, she no, don't roll for your wife. Bill. You hurt your wife. It's just not on, man. We have to talk. Not only is she gagging while flying through the air with this incredibly bad smell, she's also fails to hit the mushy part instead of the actual swamp part, which is the part that smells, and lands directly in mud, covering herself in this. She's not having a good day. The rest of you manage to grab onto small rock outcroppings and such to not fall into this murky, smelly, let's not beat about the bush shit.
Wonderful.
Is that my couch?
Ew.
All right, well, I'm thinking fox form isn't going to help me here because I want to be off the ground as far as possible, and being on 2 legs is higher than being on 4. So, I will help Sophia out of the muck.
You pull her out. Do you do anything special while pulling her out, or is you just helping her out like you would any
I
other?
mean, it would just be helping her out. I don't really have anything particular that I could do there, so.
Cool.
I get those.
Cool. You get a bit of the muck on your hand, but yeah, you pull her out.
I have.
Well, so we're in this swamp area now. Can we see some sort of castle-y type direction, or a direction towards a house, or anything sign-wise?
Well, you do notice that over the panoply of the trees in the swamp, there is this quite large stony outcropping that might be a castle. If so, it is quite a long way from you. But you do see the castle now, and you also notice Nyx flying above you, looking very confused and saying, "What you do?"
I'm sorry, I fell into the muck. But I tried to dodge it. I had to help her out.
Okay. Why are we here?
We're going to the castle.
Okay. Why we not just? Never mind. Big people do weird stuff.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have wings, Nix. We can't fly, which is sad.
Why you have no wings?
The magic was never given to us like that.
Hmm.
It's a shame, right? Just terrible.
Sad about human.
I agree. We should have wings. But I do have a
Maybe Queen
foxtail,
give you
so
wings.
ooh, that could be helpful. That'd be nice. So let's. It's that way, right, Nix?
Yes. Look, castle.
All right, we'll go that way.
Excellent. Do you do anything special while you head through the swamp, which is a bit more easy to navigate, really, than an actual labyrinth, so you know which way you're going. But on your way there, do you do anything special? Let's start with Rembrandt.
No, I just, other than, treading cautiously, scanning the area, making sure we're not falling into any kind of, hole or anything like that. But I also want making sure I'm taking pictures of Nyx and some of the strange creatures that I've encountered and making sure I'm categorizing them. So keep it familiar with what, I might encounter here.
Cool. Felix?
No, probably humming or singing something.
Fair enough.
I've been
Illustrator?
paying attention this whole time, so I'm not going to start now.
Let's duet in ways that make us feel good.
Just, wandering around, humming to myself, following the group.
I guess for you, this is really not that weird. I mean, this kind of thing probably happens a lot in your dimension. For these guys, for the other people, it's what the fuck is
The
going on?
neighbors have one of these in their backyard.
Oh, one of these.
So
Don't worry, it'll work itself out. It's stories.
Yeah.
It's fine. You fit in better than you have for a long time. Good for you. Good for you, Demetrius.
I think I'm gonna take a note from my wilderness survival and start marking my trail by breaking a branch or anything like that. Just trying to make sure that we can find our way back through here if necessary.
Fair enough. And does Sophia do anything?
Let's see. I don't think so. I think she's just gonna tag along and there's nothing she can really do right now.
Fair enough. Well, I think this might be a good place to have a small break where I fill my teacup before we continue on towards the castle.
actually, I have an
I
intermission
guess I'll
screen
go
this
pour
time.
some
So,
bourbon
5
that I
minutes?
just picked up in Kentucky.
So I actually
Sorry,
have an
Matt?
intermission screen this time.
Oh, great. Well, see you in a bit, everybody.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, as you walk...
You'd think after 5 distilleries in 3 days I'd be tired, but nope. Tonight's brought to you by another.
Anyway, as you walk towards this, through the swamp of smelliness, really, really bad smelliness, you all gag every now and then, but Sophia is, well, she's not really useful at this point. She's using most of her time leaning against any one of you who will have her near you, because she can't really walk on her own at this point.
I do have a gas mask. I'm wondering if that might help her.
Oh, she readily accepts that as a little bit of help, but apparently the damage has already been done. You also notice that the smell seems to be following you.
Can she think well enough and clear enough to use her psychics?
Not at the moment, no.
Once the gas mask is on, though?
Maybe a bit after she's gotten her breath back, but...
Let's give her a few minutes.
Please, everybody give me a perception test. Of course, except for Sophia, who's busy getting her breath back through the gas mask.
23.
Oh. You are not noticing anything today, are you?
Terrible on perception.
God damn it.
Yay.
Okay, but at least you're not alone this time. Rembrandt is noticing nothing either. Well, Felix and Demetrius do notice the strange sound of, well, not drumming, but sticks against sticks making almost a drumming noise.
Let's go towards that.
As you point towards the direction of the drums, you notice that the leaves part, and you notice these very strange, gangly creatures approaching, dancing while throwing their heads around. They are orange.
Join in.
Kind of dwarf-sized. Like I said, very gangly, but with almost feathery fur here and there, and very long beaks. Singing about how everything is okay as long as you throw around your head. They approach you. I see that Felix is dancing. How is the reaction of the other players? Let's go with Illustra. You have noticed this by now.
Oh, okay. Well then, I'm never one to turn down a dance.
You are also gonna dance? Excellent, excellent. Do me a dance roll now that I know that you actually have it. Might matter.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Demetrius, what do you do?
Me and Sophia's gonna be leaning against me, and I'll hang back.
Fair enough, fair enough. And Rembrandt?
I'm also hanging back. I'm asking Nix, have you seen these creatures? Do you know what these things are?
Yeah, they're around everywhere. They're a bit weird, really.
Are they a threat? Are they dangerous?
No, I think so.
Do they normally attack people?
Now and then.
What should we be worried about? How do they attack you?
Mainly try to rip off head.
Rip off head?
Rip off head.
Well, they did say throw your head around.
Okay. So how do you avoid ticking them off? What do you normally do?
Not dance with them.
Not dance with them. Okay. I'm not going to dance with them.
I hear that.
I'm gonna
I'll stop
report.
dancing.
Yeah, I report that to the guys. Don't dance with them.
Oh, you're doing so well anyway. As you have this conversation, and as Felix and Illustra are dancing with these creatures, they're jumping around, throwing their heads over your shoulders, kind of playing ball around you, and weaving about with Illustra and bumping in to Felix mostly, which makes them laugh and point at you and start climbing around you. This is at the point where you hear Rembrandt's warning, which is what sentence again? Sorry, Rembrandt.
Say that again.
Your warning sentence. They didn't hear the conversation.
Yeah,
that you
don't
had
dance with them.
Don't dance, as you hear. Don't dance with them. One of the creatures is putting his hands around your head, Felix, and trying to pull.
Record scratch. No, don't think so.
Please make me a parry roll while I do a strike roll.
This isn't the way to get ahead in life.
Where's my 5? Dang.
Yeah!
I'm not having luck in these fights!
Apparently, it's a very nimble creature. It just wiggles around your attempts to try to pull it off your neck. Fortunately for you, it doesn't really seem to be doing any damage, except for being quite uncomfortable that these small gangly fingers are pulling on your chin. Meanwhile, he's asking you, why don't you want to play with your head, man? Elastra, what do you do when you hear this message?
I'll stop dancing reluctantly, but and watch this attempt to pull off Felix's head.
Heads up, everybody!
Yeah.
Well, the one hanging on your head laughs his head off, literally.
Well, then I'll pick that up and chuck it.
Hey, lady, you can't throw on other people's head. Throw your own head.
I think we'll be heading out.
Yeah.
I think there's better ways to get head around here.
Oh!
Well, they are now getting quite upset, saying stuff about you not wanting to party with them and you're very boring people, and trying to get you into the spirit of the thing by generally swarming you and trying to pull off both your head and your legs and arms. To no avail, really. The people who are not MTC creatures have armor on that makes them very much invulnerable to this. And as you continue on, they kind of drag after you for a while. Some of their arms stick to you for a while. And
You said they're dwarf size?
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
3 feet-ish,
Yeah.
4 feet-ish, that sort of thing. Well, so when you said the head fell off, like it literally the head separated
Oh, yes.
and rolled away.
and is
Okay.
now attached to its head again, with its neck again. Apparently they threw it back and he reattached it.
Well,
Start pulling off heads and kicking them in different directions.
Give me a strike roll.
this is when I wish I had juggle.
Oh, well,
Juggle.
you do kick a head, but it doesn't go very far. It lashes onto a branch with its mouth and mumbles something about you being a bad sport. Anyone else want to do anything other than just trying to leave?
I want to ask Nix. I'm like, Nix, what do you call these things?
Me don't know.
How do you defeat them? How do you
Headmen.
Defeat?
Not
head
the head.
hunters? Headhunters?
Headhunters. Ooh.
How do you
Headley Lamar.
defeat them?
What defeat?
How do you beat them? It's magic? Do you have magic on them?
I can use magic if you want.
Can you help us? Yeah.
Okay,
We're fine. They're just playing around.
next help. She rubs her hands a bit, and you see the small tinkle of fairy dust.
What have you done?
I'm recording her magic.
As you all turn invisible. And roll me a percentile dice.
Everyone?
Everyone.
No.
24.
18.
Oh, a
92.
percentile.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Okay, let's take it from the top with a chance of a 24. You have a strange itching around your ears. And when you grab, you seem to be having somewhat large ears all of a sudden. Very lumpy. Almost cauliflowerly.
This is why you're not the head of the party.
Next one is... We have Bill with a 12, 92.
Yeah, that's Demetrius, and then the 8 is Sophia.
Well, apparently Demetrius is very sad on behalf of his Atlantean friend and starts farting uncontrollably.
Oh,
In
God.
sympathy of the smell. Then we have Rembrandt with a 58.
Good thing Sophia has a gas mask.
Rembrandt, you don't know really. Apparently, you are getting attacked by geese. A lot of geese, invisible geese, who seems to be pinching you all over. You can't really seem to feel the geese either. It's very uncomfortable, really.
Could I scan?
There is nothing there.
So wouldn't that tell me I'm have an illusion?
Well, it should, but the pain is there, and apparently the pain is real, but there's nothing causing it.
All right, how about I go intangible?
Well, doesn't really help, apparently.
They're still pecking at me?
Yep.
All right, so I know it's in my mind.
It is in your mind, in a way, really. But let's move on to Illustra with a 2. Well, Illustra, you've always realized this. This is nothing new to you, really, but it just occurs to you at this moment when you look around at the people that are invisible and thinking about how was it they will how did they look? Oh yeah, they look like this and this and this. You are the most beautiful creature around. None of these people can surpass you in beauty. And probably no one you've ever met can surpass your beauty, really, when you get right down to it. This is all of a sudden very important to you.
I wish that everybody could see how pretty I am right now.
You've never looked better than you are
But
beautiful.
we're invisible. Just my luck.
Damn. And Sophia apparently is very angry about the farting, even though she smells the worst of all of you covered in this goop. She is still shouting at Demetrius to stop farting, which makes the whole stealth part really difficult, really. You also notice small punches going stop it, stop it, stop it from where Sophia was before. As you continue on with these weird new additions, let's call them that. Illustra, and I know you have law fairies.
I do.
If anyone else have law fairies, they are welcome to roll this.
Do I have my karmic power at the moment?
No, because no one really wishes you ill.
Oh, didn't need it.
But still. Well, you don't really notice this is about yourself because, again, it's self-apparent that you're beautiful. But when you, for some reason, you see the different new abilities of your teammates, or well, listen to them mainly, and it kind of occurs to you, these are the effects of fairy food.
Hey guys, I think you guys are being affected, like you had eaten some fairy food. I'm fine, because I'm just always, this beautiful, but you guys are definitely having some ill effects from fairies.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this.
I don't remember eating anything.
It might just be part of the fairy magic.
No.
Maybe sometimes my magic do weird stuff. Sorry.
Some side effects or something.
I record that.
Important research. Ow, ow, ow.
Let me take this note down.
So, Alestra, if we started a band, we could be the headband.
They keep on coming.
Headliners.
Wait a second, Alestra. Alestra, don't you have an ability that can see, like, in a massive amount of meters direction, anything around us? That I think I remember you saying something about that before.
I do. Yeah. I'd have to go into my in kind of like a meditative state here. But I've done that before, yeah.
Maybe that'll help
I
us.
don't know. I'm turning into a head of cauliflower right now.
Well, it's okay. I'm beautiful enough for all of us, so just keep that in mind.
I can't even see you.
I know, it's such a waste. All right. Yeah, I will sit down and try to focus on something other than myself. I'll focus on everything that's looking at me or in our direction, and all the things that are almost
Can encounter your greatness. Yeah. They can encounter your greatness.
And I will try to attempt to use my psychic omniscience.
Cool. Let's see what you can see. That's a super psionic, right?
It is.
Yeah, it is. I found it. I got it. Okay, cool. Well, first of all, no electricity anywhere near you except for what you brought with you. The temperature is a bit high. You are in a swamp. You do notice quite a few critters around, very weirdly shaped, mostly humanoids, but crawling on fours and with fur, and some of them with armor. You do notice that you are approaching the edge of the swamp. You can kind of sense the presence of mounds of something. Maybe dirt, you're not sure.
Alright. Well, Alright, well, I think the end of the swamp's over here if we want to get the hell out of here. And
Let's head that way.
lead the group to the closest exit. There's some mounds, though, we might want to be a little weary of. Can't quite tell what they are.
What heading would we be going at?
This way.
Oh well, the same heading as you were towards the castle.
What heading?
But yeah, you trek the last part of the swamp. As you approach the mounds that Illustra mentioned, and see that there are mounds of garbage, apparently. Well, garbage, I say garbage, it's mainly toys, furniture.
I knew I
Mainly
saw my
furniture
couch.
Mainly furniture you would see in a kid's room. And these strange creatures who have kind of this shell shape of garbage walking around adding to their shells.
Ew.
You also notice that this landfill is not stretching all that far. You see that there's a giant wall around the city leading up to the castle. Apparently the gates are open, and you all notice these sounds of battle coming from inside. Horns blowing, explosions, metal against metal. Some strange creature roaring quite loudly.
I think they're having a party because they know I'm coming.
There's a fight. Somebody might need help. I should rush there.
Oh, or that.
Can I scan the garbage location and see if there's anything hidden or interesting, old tech or something that might be usable?
You know what? Give me a perception check.
Oh, like, because that's always worked.
Creatures will try and help too. And what are you looking for?
Ooh. Absolutely.
You don't notice anything that's worth salvaging, really. You notice a lot of teddy bears and such.
Figure as much.
And no, Bill, you don't notice anything either. It's mainly because Rembrandt has X-ray vision, so he has the possibility of seeing what's buried beneath the garbage. But no, nothing you would take with you. Maybe something that would sell as a curiosity because it's kind of historical. It's a toy. You heard when you've been wondering about that things from before the rifts are worth something, but nothing big.
Anything in good condition?
Well, you do find a Raggedy Ann doll.
I'll pick it up.
You now have a Raggedy Ann doll. But you all trek towards the gates and the city and the castle?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not going to throw myself around the gate. I'm going to actually be a little smart about this, considering I'm still bloody and have bones protruding from various places on my body. So I'm just going to stick my head around the corner while my magic spirit bow is in hand.
Well, you notice a strange sight as you see what appears to be goblins, clad in very unfitting armor, almost clattering off them. Running and screaming in the direction of you, really, but they don't seem to be charging as much as running away. And you see boulders rolling towards them.
I'm going to tell the... Hold up! Don't go over that gate! Wait! 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4...
Followed very shortly by as a boulder is rushing and following them as they turn and twist.
And now we can go. So stick my head around again to double check, and assuming it looks clear, now we can go.
It's pretty much clear, yeah.
How's it look now? Looks clear.
Mainly as a battleground after a war.
Go up the hill.
So, is Sophia feeling better now?
Good enough that she can use her powers and such, but she is not feeling well. The smell has gotten to her because she's still covered in it.
Well, she can use impervious to poisons and stop all of that.
Good.
And then she's going to try heal psychic surgery.
You can't. I don't think you can regain hit points with psychic surgery, can you?
It helps to heal if there's like bones or things like that. She can mend the bones.
Yeah, but that's... She basically already did that. That's why he's alive. Does she have some sort of healing touch?
I don't think she does. Hold on.
It would be something like that. That would be... otherwise, it would be a long rest with care, and that might work as well.
Nah, she doesn't have the healing touch. That's coming.
I'll be
Excellent.
fine in a couple of days. Maybe.
As you discuss this and you grab your liver that's going out of your body at this point,
I've had worse.
you notice the sound of battle dying down, and a weird bass noise sound from the castle, and you see the castle dissolving into these small blocks of reality.
That's not
In a
great.
weird, twisty, twirly monsoon of bricks and goblins towards the sky. And you think you can see in the distance, among this debris, two people talking to each other. One of them seemed to be the young girl you met earlier, and the other one is a guy who apparently really likes hair gel. He has hair all over the place.
Bedazzled inflated crotch.
Maybe he's got a mirror that I can look into.
As you stare upon this man, you all gaze upon his crotch because it is impossible not to in the suit he's wearing. It is hypnotic, really. No matter if you're sexually attracted or just plain in wondered gaze of how anyone would wear this sort of codpiece. The man likes his bulge.
I remember this. It's on the CDs that we picked up out of the.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy on the cover.
Well, I will try to trot towards them to see if I can get to help the girl. And
Well, they're floating quite
they're-
high in the
okay.
air at this point. And it doesn't take long until she shouts something. You can't really make it out, something about power. And then everything just sort of explodes. And you're standing back in this cavern-like system of roots and branches. At the end is a throne. Well, there's two thrones really, but one of them is most definitely central, which is made of branches and covered in flowers. Whereupon sits a woman who draws your immediate attention. I will view her in D20.
this is the queen, right?
Yes! You hear Nick say. She looks like this. Okay, why can't I? Huh. I'm gonna do it this way. Come on. So. Beside her, on the smaller throne, sits a guy that you saw speaking with a girl a few minutes ago. That looks like this. She looks at you in puzzlement.
Hi, I'm Felix.
Hello, welcome to my court.
Pleased to be here. Thanks for having us.
And you? She looks at the rest of you.
Hello. We were invited.
These are my companions.
Your names, darling, your names.
You can call me Remy.
Hello, Remy. And you, young lady?
Real quick, can you move the image a little bit over? It's getting cut off on the screen so the audience can see.
The lady with the Titania guy, girl.
Actually, if you do both
Bowie.
just a little bit, that would help.
To the right.
Over here and over here. I'll just move some things about. Just a minute. And I'll review. This work
Yep,
better?
that's better.
I'll just move her a bit. I'll just layer her on top. No, I can't do that. I'll just move him a bit further up here. And her further. Yeah, cool. Does it work? Excellent. And you,
I'm
young lady?
Illustra. Nice to meet you.
And Atlanteans. What's your names?
Demetrius and Sophia.
Hello, I guess.
And this little friend is Nyx.
I do know, Nyx. Welcome back, my dear. Did you finish your mission? No.
We had a slight complication in the forest. There were some
Death Springer.
creatures that captured some of your people, and they were absorbing their powers, absorbing them for power.
That is unfortunate.
To the best of our knowledge, there was only the two, and we have fended them off and burned their layers down.
That is good. I appreciate the help.
I think she was the only survivor, though, so we wanted to bring her back to you.
Again, thank you. For this, you are welcome to rest in my court.
That would be lovely. Thank you. I could use a bit of rest.
And join the festivities. We have just finished a great play, and so we must celebrate.
That was a play? Because we met Tobu. She was looking for Toby.
Oh, the girl!
Yeah, she
Yes.
didn't know her name.
No, she's just an illusion, really.
It was very good. The labyrinth that we went through. Is Sophia still covered in muck?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
What was her purpose?
And you also have the cauliflower thing and all that. Sorry, Rembrandt?
What was her purpose? She was an illusion. What was her purpose?
Entertainment. My dear Goblin King over here needs a victim, otherwise he's boring, and he doesn't want to get boring. Now, do you, dear?
What do you mean victim?
For his play. He's the villain of the play.
Okay. Who are the heroes?
Well, I guess the girl. I
Did
like
she-
the villains.
Did she find Toby? Save Toby?
In the original story, yes. She conquered her fear and all that, and threw off the power of the Goblin King, and so on and so forth. I mainly like the part where the Goblin King is strutting his stuff.
And what stuff he has to strut?
A lot of stuff, really.
We noticed that.
He's a very strutting fellow.
I heard there's other kings here besides the Goblin King. Is there other?
Oh, yes, indeed. I do have several kings, none as entertaining as this one. I had to make sure they stayed put. They were making such noise. She waved her hand, and 3 pillars of crystal appear. You notice a silhouette of a person inside each of them. One of them is very thin. One of them is definitely not very thin at all. And the third one, just a minute. My notes. God damn it, my notes. And the third one, it's basically normal size being for a human anyway. You can't really make them out, but there are markings in very elaborate letters describing the Lizard King, the King of Rock, and the King of Pop.
The king of what was the third one?
Pop.
Pup like dogs?
No, like the music. Pop music.
Oh, pop. Oh, okay. The king of pop. Ah, gotcha. King of rock, king of pop. Okay. And the king
And the
of
Lizard
lizards.
King.
Yeah.
Oh, he can do anything.
Wait. You're telling me the Goblin King is more interesting than the King of Rock?
Yes, he's very boring. He just wants to eat all the time.
Yeah, well, peanut butter and banana sandwiches are delicious, but he's the King of
Keeps
Rock.
telling me that. I mean, it gets really, really sad.
Well, just don't let him spend too much time on the porcelain thrones.
Which was on.
Have you heard
So,
of Have you heard of a scientist called Killian?
Killian? No, that doesn't ring a bell.
Zachariah Killian.
However, off-game, this should ring a bell for several of you other people. But no, I don't really know that name. Is he a king?
No, he's just someone I have an interest in finding.
Then I don't have him. I only keep kings.
Ah, that's good to know.
Would it be too much to ask for a small token to take with us when we leave?
You ask for a gift of Titania, the Queen of the Fae.
Sure. Is there anything that you'd like that we could do in return for it?
Since you ask, there is a test that shows you are worthy.
Is it a pretty test? Because I can pass.
Three tests, really. But... And you seem like resourceful beings. I'll give you a chance.
I don't have a number 2 pencil.
Succeed in 2 of the 3 tests, and I will give you an offering. Aside, of course, from my hospitality, which you have earned.
Which is incredibly generous, and we appreciate it.
The tests are the test of valor, the test of guile, and the test of charm.
Valor, huh?
The most straightforward of the 3, really.
Well, didn't we already prove that by killing the Death Springers?
And that was not part of the competition, so to speak. Even though I will agree with you that showed great valor, one needs to declare that this is the intention. This is a place of stories.
Well, what's the test of charm?
That would be making me laugh.
Oh.
What a heady request.
It is, in my opinion, the hardest of the challenges.
Do you have a sense of humor?
I do, but it is rather refined through thousands of years of existence.
Figure as much.
Do trees poop?
They do, actually. You just really don't notice
So
it.
that must be where we get the number 2 pencils.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Aha.
Hey, if that's a laugh, I'll take it.
I will give you a chance and not count that as your attempt. Do tell me when you have something ready.
So what's the quest of guile?
That is simple. It is a riddle to be solved.
Are you ticklish?
I am, but not in that way.
Psychic hands! Psychic hands!
Psychic hands.
Well, I think we can probably suss out a riddle. Some of us are relatively intelligent. I mean, not me. I stand in the front and take the beatings.
Yeah.
And
Well, you do speak well for yourself. I see no problem.
I
with
punch
this.
engines too sometimes.
A lot of engines.
They need to be punched, I'm sure.
I mean, I try to live and let live. Once honor has been gained by defeating my opponent, there's no honor to be gained in murdering them if it's not necessary.
Okay, we are back for just a couple minutes.
So I told the king he can kiss my ass, and all the barons stood up and started clapping.
I see.
So, anyways, back to the story. So here I am, waist deep in water, right? And there's this boat coming at me with buffaloes driving the boat at me. And I'm like, hey, how's it going, you guys? They raised their guns at me. They started to shoot at me. So obviously I had to do what any sane person does. I did a double backflip off the side of the wall, landed inside the boat, smashed their engine, tossed one of them off the boat. The next one's gun exploded, and then the third one just threw himself off the boat in fear of me. And that was how I first met the Buffalo Soldiers. But that's not how it ended. You see, that was just one boat. Not but a couple of minutes later, there's 19 boats coming at us. 19 of these boats, full of buffaloes with guns. So what do? See, I'm in this broken boat, right? So I'm jumped out of that and I'm going for the next boat. And I'm like, hey guys, I can explain. I was trying to be friendly. I don't know. I think I scared them or something. They started shooting rail guns at me. Rail guns. One of them even had the gall to actually hit me. It bounced off a couple of times. I mean, I'm a pretty tough guy, so you know how it goes. Rail guns, Native American, it's a thing. But so then I jump onto the next boat. My boy jumps on the other boat. Demetrius here jumps on the boat beside that, picks up the engine block, tosses it at the boat beside him, takes out that engine block. So another engine block just explodes randomly, and all of a sudden, of the 19 boats, there's like 2 boats that are left. There's buffaloes jumping out into the water left and right. They're just going every which way. They're running away in fear. It is a positive stampede of cattle and buffalo soldiers. And I look at the last one, and he looks at me, and he is just peeing down his fur pants going on. I handed him some beef jerky and said, moo.
Nice one. I'm gonna do a roll.
If she doesn't look impressed, I keep going.
She doesn't look impressed. I think I'm going to jump in.
That is quite a tale, young one.
Oh, I mean, that's not even the half of it. So get this, right? After those 19 boats took off, we started going forward, and you'll never guess what we found. A Splugorth slave barge inside of an old subway station. So, we're going in...
As you say Splugorth, she cracks up laughing. I'm sorry, what? A Splugorth?
Yeah, Splugorth. There's these weird, like, tentacle-type monsters. They like, wait a minute, you just laughed!
And they're called Splugorth.
Yeah, the Splugorth. They're these, like, tentacle monsters. They're from Atlantis, but not this Atlantis. Well, actually, it is this Atlantis, so I hear. But anyway, so, like, these guys left the Atlantis, and the Splugorth came to the Atlantis, and now the Splugorth kind of own the Atlantis, but the Atlanteans still claim Atlantis because they're, you know, Atlanteans and all.
She looks over at Demetrius and Sophia. Your land has been taken over by monsters called Splugorth.
Yes. And he kind of looks down.
Well,
And
there weren't
Lester
any
chimes in.
Slugorth here at this slave barge, though.
Lester chimes in, and that's no bull.
Well, you did as promised. You have made me laugh and passed the test of charm, both in game and off game. So, are you ready to hear the riddle?
You know, on my roll, the test of charm is trying to get someone's phone number. Just saying.
What's a phone number?
That's a very good question.
All right, yeah, I think we are ready to hear this riddle, Your Highness.
Very well. I was conceived by magic, by moonlight baptized, by stories named, but ever nameless. From whom was I born? And that is where we'll end tonight's episode. We'll be back next week with maybe the answer for this very strange tale, and the test of valor, of course.
All right.
I hope you enjoyed this very strange tale of rifts, and hope to see you next week.
Yeah. So,
Hi, guys.
we have tomorrow. We'll be back with Star Trek, 8:30 to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I think Tuesday. I think we'll be doing on Billy Wildstar stream Celasta again this Tuesday. Wednesday we are gonna have a special program in place. So come check that out. That'll be at 8:30 p.m. Thursday we'll be back for the other Rifts campaign, 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. And then we'll be back a week from today for the continuation of this. So if you haven't already, please hit that follow button down at the bottom right hand corner and tune in. Check out the Discord for any updates on shows and upcoming casting calls and stuff. And we will see everybody next week. Bye, everybody.